Okay guys, and welcome back to a Sniper's Flights video. As you can see by the immense amount of lag that I am in the An-225. Whenever I try to reset, it lies in the ground like so. So at this point I'm going to say let's just get her in the air and start talking about her. I'm currently here at Anchorage because the An-225 does fly here often. We're also going to discuss why she's so laggy in today's video. So, as you can see, this amazing hulk of metal with her 6 engines, she speeds up pretty fast, but it's actually half maneuverable. We'll get that gear up and take those flaps up before. Yeah, we've got too much of a positive rate. Let me set altitude 5,000 and we'll get a traffic pattern going. There we are. Speed would be 250. And we'll keep heading 90. So the An-225 being, as everyone knows, the biggest aircraft to ever be made, it is used for cargo and is from Ukraine, as shown by the flag. There is only one of these in the world, making her very unique, and the reason there's only one is because she's very inefficient and extremely heavy. So with this plane, a lot of people, as you can see now, are experiencing a lot of lag. And this is because of not only the hulk of the vehicle being so immensely large, it takes so long to render, but also because it's a community contributed model, the physics aren't exactly too reliable. So for how it works is a whole nother matter, especially the aerodynamics, but it's a real pain to try and fly because she's just so laggy and hard to use. I still think it was a good addition to planes in the game. It's a good plane, many people wanted it, and I think they've got what they wanted. I think the An-225 was a very good choice to add into the game, but it is still very laggy. I mean, if you're flying near one, expect your FPS to drop to minus 1000 because of just how much lag, because of the bulk of the aircraft is. The 747 has the same problem, but because the 74 isn't quite as chunky as this thing, it's not as bad. The camera views in it, we have got... I've just pressed V, haven't I? Oh dear, we're going to forget about that ever happening, aren't we? Yeah, we are. There we are. None of this ever happened. I pressed V instead of C. You saw nothing, guys. You saw nothing. So we've got this camera view here. Not bad. Front facing. Free cam. Fixed. Underbody. Can we just see what it looks like with gear out? Gear out. Here we are, sorry. So, yeah, we've got a double front gear, like any other An-225, which just shows how individual and different it is. We've got backwards cam view, from the side, other side. At the tail, yeah, it's got a thick shelf style tail with a double rudder because it is such a bulk of an aircraft, it needs both. And back to the follow cam. Now, as an aircraft itself, in a GA game, I don't think it suits the fit, especially when there's been not much demand for it. It's still a very good aircraft, nevertheless, but it's just not quite got pizzazz that I'd want. Which is a big disappointment for me. If we have a look inside, can we look inside of her? Does it give us graphics inside? Or are we just in a box? Yeah, we're just in a box. Which I see is a real shame. But you can't get everything in life, can you? Time to do a time lapse. I'll do 5 minutes. Okay, now we come on to finals. Let's get her down and let's have another look at where we're headed off to. So, as you can see, Alaska's position in the world is often used to collect goods from Russia and East Asian countries because of its sheer size and weight, and is operated by the Ukrainians. I'm now going to disengage the autopilot and take her in manually. So, for something as beautiful as her, something I've noticed just by flying her is, even at this speed, spoilers out, I'm not touching my joystick and I'm still getting backwards thrust until 150 knots, which suggests that usually the payload that this one has, that it's a very light aircraft for what it actually is. It's got the sensitivity, as you'd expect, of an Airbus because of how big it is. We need to get down, and of course I'm going to be asking you guys to rate my landing at the end. With the very chunky gear here that is not tilted, I'm going to predict a 5, but could be worse. As you can see down here, we have got another plane. Who are you? It's like a it's like a Challenger 300. Starting to stall a little as we're getting on slope. Okay, as we're coming in nicely on slope, what I've noticed is these two massive radar thingies are extremely useful for guiding you in onto centerline, and you've got all of the points across the middle. What I have noticed as well is that it's very hard to control the speed of this one. They're having to make multiple adjustments, and she's rather unresponsive. So this one's not going to be pretty, to say the least. Let's get her down. Yep, we're going to forget centerline ever existed, and that was not a good landing. Yeah. I think that's just proved its point about the physics. What I'm going to say is gear in, because we need that gear in. Need to keep it safe. So guys, thank you for watching today's video, and remember, do not fly the An-225 225 unless you want your plane to look like this. Goodbye.